Hey, YouTube, I'm back. I guess we're starting on the part 2 of the series. I'm starting the detail. Got the foundation up. Got the walls. Nothing set completely down. This is glued down right now. I'm just doing some of the small detail work. Right now, I'm just taking some of this. I believe this is from the dollar store. Floral garden floral wire. It's really easy to cut. Just throwing some foam safe super glue on it, and just put it into different sections to give it some detail. Press it in there. I got my wire cutters over here to help press it in. Excuse my whoa, drop the engraver. Just press that in a little bit. There we go. And I'm just adding a couple of detail pieces here. Then that's all going to be, primed and painted black. Probably put some texture on the bottom there. And excuse my dogs. And I'm going to get this finished. I'm going to get some of the subfloor glued in. And I'm probably going to go see what we're going to do with the actual floor texture. I might carve some out of some craft foam. This stuff right here. Get these big blocks of it at the dollar store. 32 sheets, and I'll show you how I can carve that up and engrave it and make it look pretty cool. So we'll be back soon. Thanks. Hey, I'm back. I did finish installing the pipes and the wiring, more like a rebar type of thing, in the hole. I'm going to take these pieces of, this is that craft foam from the dollar store. I'm going to lay that in there to give it more of a illusion of depth. Then I'm going to probably fill this up with glue and a little bit of sand, then lay that on top. Then when we prime it, it'll give it a nice thing. And then when we fill it with the Envirotex 2-part epoxy, and we'll tint it with a little bit of green and brown ink, and we'll be going from there. Also, I made some changes. I'm pulling this back a little further from the foundation and jacking up a corner of it, enough so that miniature can still stand on it, but to give it a more plausible effect like it collapsed. And these corners are going to be coming off the building entirely. And there'll be piles of rubble around it. Someone made some comments about changing that around, and I think that was a good idea. And I forgot your name, but I'll bring it up on the next video. And so that is it for right now. Thanks for joining me. Hey, I'm back real quick. You see I got the whole, I did a little, like an edge of a crater on the side here. I'm going to be using some Rafts file. This gives you some good texture. I got a couple sets of these. I got a big set and a small set, and these go in here, and this, it makes it really good natural holes. You're using a hot knife on this, it just melts it and makes it too smooth. Does not make it look natural at all. This is real quick work, just going in there, and just all different directions. You have all different sizes. Let's go on this side right here. Let's get this more of a, look like a crater. Going along these edges here. Really quick work. I'm just going to have to take in a little shot back and clean all this up after a second. Let's see if you can see that over here. Is it working there? Then we can get some good vertical destruction going. and you want to smooth it out some more, just grab a really good, a really porous sanding stick or something. And if you have any balls that come up, some of it balls up a little bit the way this stuff breaks, but this will make quick fix of all that. Let's see if we can bring some of the smaller tools in here too. There's like a really skinny one, so we'll just get in some nice little grooves. Well, that's it for right now. I just wanted to give you a quick use or show some tools. These are a rifling raft set. I think I got all this stuff off of eBay. Look for RASP set, R-A-S-P. And here's another one. These are by Prosperity Tools in Florida, but made in China. This is a large set. These are pretty huge. This is, let's see if I can compare that to. Here's like a pair of Fat Max cutters. They're pretty good size. So that'll be it for now, and we'll be back soon. Thanks. Okay, we're going to fill in that little centerpiece right here to give that some texture and to fill it up. It's got some PVA glue, and we'll do that mix with the rubbing alcohol. Let's get a good mix of that. This stuff will dry up pretty quick. Let's just use a piece of foam core to stir it up. Let's see how that looks. Well, instead of you watching me stir this, I'll be right back. Hold on. And I'm back. So I got a thick mixture of this going. I'm just going to pour it in the bottom here. And we'll let it get nice and mixed around. Get it in the corners. Now I want to add some texture to the bottom. I got some of my standard basing sand mix. That's this stuff right here. And grab a little bit of it and just sprinkle it in. That'll add some texture and stuff. And I have some thinner stuff. I grabbed this off the beach in Santa Cruz, a few months ago. Or probably even longer than that. And this is like a really, really fine sand. It's probably like play sand, but maybe I'd say at least 5 times finer. Just a little bit of that in there. Let's get that all spread out a little bit. Make sure the pipes are clear. Again, I got some of that blue craft foam. We're going to just put some of that on that glue on there. Lay that in there. Looks like there's pieces of floor falling on the ground. Get it nice and flat. Now this will look cool, and we'll have this all primed out black, and then go in there and pick out individual pieces to give it some more detail, then fill it in with the two-part resin and fill that up, not quite to the top, just enough to give it some interest. And let's get another piece in here and we're done. We want it to, less is more. And let's maybe get that over there. There we go. And that should be it, and we will be back. Thanks for watching. And I'm back real quick. As I'm letting that dry with the PVA and alcohol mixture with the sand and that bottom of that pit, this is that Russian, $3 piece of terrain that I've done videos about before, and this is what this is all based on. These are all snap together models, so I'm going to go in there with some Pro Weld and just go in all the points where there is these snap together areas, and just hit it with some glue to make this more of a make it permanent exactly. And I might have to go in there with some filler too later on. A lot of this is going to be covered up with paint and primer, so I'm not too worried about that. But we want to have this put together pretty sturdily. Just go through all the joints. This stuff basically just melts the plastic together. As probably most of you know that. And this is probably one of the easiest models ever. You just snap the thing together and then just paint this glue on and you're done. So I'm going to get this done with those other two pieces. And still figuring out what other pieces I'm using. I'm using 2 kits to put this terrain piece together. Or almost 2 kits. And just see what I'm going to use the other pieces and maybe break those up, make some more rubble out of them. I'm still using the old coffee grinder to grind up some sprue and make some piles out of that. And instead of boring you with my gluing job, we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Hey, I'm back. I just went and took, after I glued up the terrain pieces, I went and primed them down with some Armory black primer. That stuff I don't like using on miniatures, but it's great for terrain pieces. It gives it a little bit of a texture. So it's pretty nice. And I'm still working on the ground and figuring how to elevate the structures. I'm probably going to just put in some that strip foam core and then build around that. I'm probably going to use like a 5-minute or 15-minute epoxy to glue all this together. So it's going to be kind of, to make it really more solid. Then go in and start doing the filler and rubble piles and probably do some kind of goop mixture for the front. Probably goop a lot of it just to give it a nice reinforcement in the foam so it doesn't get dinged that easily. And that'll be it for now. We'll be back. Hey, I'm back again. I'm doing some more detailing on the foam and everything. I found some more tools of mine in my thing. I have these, like those rasp files I showed you earlier. These are rasps, but these are for a Dremel. You can see those. I have a rounded one hooked up on this. I have an old Dremel 400 XPR on the lowest setting. And you can just go in here. Let's just take some of these down. Makes it even faster and a lot more control of what you want to do. Let's go on this side right here. I'm going to start taking this in. Let's go take it back as far as you want to go. And there's a nice rough texture to it. That's the thing about the foam tools, or the wire cutting tools, is just too clean. And this is just nice. You can sculpt, get grooves, like, take it down into the MDF. Then just get some more lines in there. Blend it together. And there you go. Instant damage. We'll probably take on this side. Let's see, let's take this off. Let's go in here. And we can go in here and just do some, you do bullet holes or, like some, what would you say, like, missile shots in the side of the building. We'll fill those in later and then paint them. So that's another little tip for right now, and I'll be back soon. Thanks. Okay, we're back. We're starting to, everything's getting glued down now. Hot gluing everything and putting in some of that strip foam core as a foundation, also filler, or also a skeleton for the filler when we go in with the dry patch and start filling that in. So this is all in sealed. The crater, the beginning of the crater and the floor sealed. We've been sculpting, doing some more damage on the back. And I think we're now going to get into the point where we're going to do a light goop on it, just to protect all this work. This gets this stuff can be fragile. I want it to get really strong. And when I get to that point, I'll be back. Thanks. Hey, I'm back. I finished putting some steps in, sculpt them a little bit with the Dremel tool. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what to do with flooring. I think I'm going to do the go the cheap dollar store method. And since we're using $3 Russian terrain, let's use some $1 craft foam. What I've done is these are 6x4 squares, cut them into 1-inch squares. Basically just zipped them all in 1-inch by 6-inch. Got this little cheap little swing line little cutter here. And just get the 1-inch line, and this is really fast. Get that little 1-inch mark, sit up on the metal thing, and use a little guideline, and we're good. And we're just going to make a bunch of tile that way. And we're going to lay it down various ways. It's going to crater it around over here. And we're going to go from there. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix it yet. I might hot glue it. We'll see. But thanks for joining me as usual, and we'll be back. Okay, we're getting to the point now. The flooring is almost done. It looks pretty good. You can see how it's just raised in the middle where I had that crater built. And then this kind of stays more intact towards the front. I'm going to do some weathering and damaging on there. Then we have this crater on the side of the building. I still might do some more. Still have actually a little bit of the tile left. Might put some here and there. Then I'm going to have to start coating it with something. Then go to the priming stage. That's one of my favorite stages, when it all these little hodgepodge things you put together. All of a sudden, when you hit it with that primer, that one solid color, when it's sanded and textured and everything, it's one of my favorite parts of the project. Then we go from there, and then we'll start painting. Well, thanks for joining me. This will be the end of part 2, possibly. Yeah, let's end part 2 right here. When we come back, we'll have this finished and ready to prime. Thanks. Well, actually, the part 3, we're going to start with the texturing part. That'll be a whole thing, then priming, then painting after that. Then they'll go to weathering. But thanks for hanging in there, and see you soon.